The Ukrainian Armed Forces have repeatedly launched powerful strikes on military facilities of the aggressor country Russia in the temporarily occupied Crimea. Now the remnants of the Russian Black Sea Fleet have been relocated from Crimea, so the question arises whether there is the same interest for Ukrainian strikes with drones or missiles as before. The former head of the Luhansk Military Civil Administration and Deputy Minister for Temporarily Occupied Territories and Internally Displaced Persons in 2016 to 2019, Georgy Tuka, answered this in a chat on Glavred. According to him, a certain number of military facilities in Crimea have already felt the capabilities of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, although I am very far from saying that they have been destroyed. This, in my opinion, is an exaggeration. However, the Russian Black Sea Fleet has indeed been removed from the peninsula and is now effectively no longer in Crimea. But there remains a huge number of ground military facilities in Crimea, including many underground military facilities, which we currently have no way of getting to, he emphasized. The expert emphasized that on the one hand, the Ukrainian Armed Forces did indeed cause great damage to the occupiers on the territory of Crimea, but on the other hand, it is impossible to claim that the peninsula has lost its relevance as a potential military target for the enemy, as a powerful military base for the enemy for future aggression against mainland Ukraine, and this potential will remain until we regain control of the peninsula, Tuka believes. He adds that an incredible scandal is currently unfolding in Crimea, a real ecological catastrophe after tankers carrying fuel oil sank. The central government tried to ignore the problem for about 2 weeks, trying to present it as a minor nuance. But now, two respected environmentalists, one of them a corresponding member of the Russian Academy of Sciences, say that when the water temperature is about the same as now, fuel oil settles to the bottom, and when the water temperature rises, it rises to the surface. But during the time when the fuel oil rises and then sinks to the bottom, it releases toxic substances that were contained in the orange gas used by the US Army in Vietnam. The negative consequences of using this gas are still evident in the population of those territories where the gas was used. Certain genetic failures occur from generation to generation, and these territories, significantly more people are born with certain physical disabilities, congenital disabilities, or mental retardation, and the level of various oncological diseases is also significantly higher. And now, in the coastal waters near the peninsula, Russian scientists are observing the appearance of the same toxic substance, adds the former head of the Luhansk Military Civil Administration. Tuka noted that now in Crimea they are starting to sound the alarm. Therefore, in his opinion, the resort season in Crimea can already be written off.
The use of civilian vehicles by soldiers of the Russian army on the front line has increased. This includes various types of passenger cars, motorcycles, pickup trucks, UAZ cars, and quadricycles. This is mainly due to the fact that the occupying army is experiencing a shortage of military vehicles. The low defense capabilities of civilian vehicles against drones and other weapons also increases the number of casualties in the Russian army. Ukrainian drones have consistently targeted civilian vehicles carrying Russian servicemen, causing significant casualties to the occupying army. Footage circulating on Telegram channels shows drone operators from the Kherson unit striking at Russian soldiers traveling in various civilian vehicles. As a result, a large number of cars and motorcycles were blown up and destroyed, and the Russian soldiers traveling in these vehicles were killed.